PSG looking to continue their bid for a top 2 spot in Europe, and Mousesports still trying to right the ship and just try to stay alive in the playoff race. We're coming down to the wire, James, and really you feel like for Mousesports, everything has to be a win at this point. You have to win out if you really want your best chance at the playoffs.
Yeah, time is running out for them. Obviously, you want to avoid that bottom 2 in the league, because when you finish bottom 2, you got to go to the promotion tournament, and we've seen how good those rival series teams are. So that's a situation nobody wants to be in. And you're right, Jarvie, this is must win for Mouse.
And PSG have looked solid for the most part this season. They've had some scary series. I heard Gibbs talk about it on the desk earlier. That series that we had against the Bricks with them went all 5, but PSG came out on top, something that they might not necessarily be used to in Game 5, but they look solid in the qualifiers at DreamHack. They looked good. Chaussette especially is starting to find his form that a lot of people have seen him, like, why can't Chaussette play at that same level that he has been able to before? But he's done that. And for Fruity and Farah as well, this team starting to gel in Season 7, and we get underway.
Yeah, Farah especially, he had an incredible series, I believe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and his shooting was just out of this world. And so can he bring that back? PSG overall, though, even with the DreamHack qualifiers, relatively consistent. So we'll see if they can keep that going here. This is a situation where they really want to pull down this win and put themselves in a fantastic spot moving into the postseason.
Yeah, that consistency continues. They will be a real threat. Chaussette saved by Alex, 161 off the shot. And knocked away a lot. Losing to Fruity on the challenge. Tigre can't get it out. Fruity still on top of it. Fruity winning every challenge away, but Alex in the box able to throw it away. A lot making one miss as Mousesports move down the pitch. Farah right in front picks up the save, so quick transition for Mousesports, but nothing to do just yet as Tigre looks to move downfield.
And that right there, a little bit too eager, a lot on that play. We saw in their last series, Mouse did have some flashes of brilliance, some good passing plays, shooting plays. So they'll have to put it all together here against PSG. That moment where a lot got a little too ahead of himself, that's not what you want to see.
Chaussette back over to Fruity, but tons of space for PSG in midfield. Just trying to get it away. Fruity shot just wide of the post. He does stay on it in the corner. Tigre finally getting the clear out. But PSG control the midfield right now a lot. Ends up teeing it away. It's a give right back to Farah. Some good challenges from PSG. Fruity flying in as well. Mousesports having trouble breaking out. And a loose ball in front of the box. Farah picks it up. PSG strike first.
And good speed here from Farah. You see Alex and Tigre both in the corner. You know, Alex either has to leave that for Tigre and stay in net, or do something else. They both came out there, and that left the net vulnerable. And that touch over to Farah by Fruity was exactly what PSG needed to get on the board first.
It almost felt like it was bound to happen with the amount of challenges they were winning in the attacking third. PSG all over the ball early in Game 1. Quick pass out for Mousesports, blocked by Fruity. Still a chance, but Tigre blocked again. And Chaussette will pick up the pieces from midfield, looking for Fruity. And knocked away by Tigre. Double commit, doesn't matter this time as a lot. Able to muscle his way back over to PSG's corner.
And it was Alex yet again. The first goal was because Alex came out of net a little bit too quickly, so we're seeing some jumpiness out of Mouse. Some mispositioning, double commits. They're gonna have to reel that in. Still plenty of time left on the clock.
But Farah and Chaussette, well, that one gets away from Mousesports, and Fruity picks this one up in the corner. Gets it by a lot, or Alex, excuse me. And Tigre comes in. Alex moved back down to PSG territory. Chaussette cross his own half. PSG still working to get downfield. Mousesports forced back on their own end to pick up some boost. They do recover on that front, and a lot moves forward again. So Mousesports only 2 shots registered on net, but they matched PSG in that department. So a very defensive battle, and a shot off a crossbar and in. Farah scores again for PSG.
And Farah does it again. A perfectly placed shot on the bounce. Sees Alex coming in, knows he has to get it around him, and he hits where the crossbar and the post meet. Absolutely brilliant placement.
And it gets him again in front of the box. Farah, both of his goals coming from that area. Chaussette off the ceiling, has that touch off the backboard. Alex is there quickly, but again, Farah there on the challenge. A lot of pressure from PSG against Mousesports, who've had a couple of really solid clears, but really have only had one chance off of those transitions before PSG take control again. Even when they're on the blue half, it feels like PSG really don't give up possession at all here in game one. As I say that, Alex picks a shot off the crossbar. A lot follows it up. That's going to be a goal. Mousesports back in it.
Mousesports, you're right, exactly. Back in it with this shot from a lot. A quick turn, and Alex setting him up with that pass, and a lot just puts a little lob right above the defense. And Mouse just now one goal away. A minute 28 left on the clock. They're right back into it.
Farah pops it over one. And PSG, they found a lot of success in the attacking corners. But Mousesports here in midfield, Tigre just off the back wall, can't get it. Chaussette able to kick it away, and another clear will allow PSG to survive for a little bit longer. And a booming clear off the backboard for Mousesports, but no follow-up will come as Fruity took out a lot, the only man who could have followed that up on the rebound, and PSG get another clear, waste more time off the clock. Fruity, a nice catch, flipping it around. Farah's there off the post.
Oh,
Fruity gets around, he scores. PSG take a 2-goal lead.
Just a brutal demo after demo play leading into this goal. Farah and Fruity working together on the attack. Fruity just a very light touch. That was enough to get it in. But even leading up to that play, PSG has just been brutal going after demos, taking Mouse players out of the game. That time actually paying off. So PSG now with a 2-goal lead in the last 30 seconds, looking good for them in game one.
And their offense, or their shot output has exploded since about 2 minutes ago. They had 2 shots on net and since have registered 7 more for 9 total.
Yeah, 9-4. Only 4 for Mouse so far.
And it's felt that. I mean, PSG's midfield presence has been solid. And again, Farah pushes this one through as well. Just waste time off the clock. It'll be PSG taking the first game of this set. And the troubles continue for Mousesports. PSG looking to continue to roll.
A breakout game here for Farah, getting 2 goals and 1 assist, 100% goal participation for him. Farah bringing back more of that pinpoint accuracy, and a big moment too. Mouse, they had some moments, but where they're really struggling right now is just on the defensive side. But taking another look at this play, you see that Fruity actually spinning around and backflipping that ball over to Farah, and then having to backflip it back into the net.
That first flick is impressive as he gets it right to Farah, and Farah able to just get the touch. And Fruity on the back end, he's just in the right place.
He's a backflip boy there.
Yeah.
Backflip pass, backflip shot.
That's all you can ask
sometimes,
for.
Yeah.
I mean, Mousesports coming out of their own end, we saw a couple of times the double commits really killed them, or
yes.
a lot coming out too early, either undercutting the ball, not realizing that PSG has him completely beat on the play, and they were never really able to get it going past one transition shot, and they'd have to retreat.
Yeah, I believe it was the first goal of the game was Alex coming out of net when Tigre was in the corner. He was probably waiting for boost, but even in that situation, if you're Alex, you already have a player in the corner. Don't go in there.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing. Even if he's got no boost, he'll at least force somebody on PSG to come after the ball and maybe get a piece of it, and the ball will bounce out somewhere. But he came out of net, left the net vulnerable, and eventually got them scored on. And then we saw a couple double commits on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. So Mouse just have to clean it up a little bit. It wasn't a blowout. They can get right back into it with this game. But Farah, after that good game one, we'll see if he can continue to shoot like he has been.
Yeah, his placement has been on point. And they look into game 2. We are underway a lot. Keeping this one right to him. Chaussette able to block that. Tigre rolling it around the corner. Wanted to at least give his team a chance at it, but rolling straight up, it's right into Chaussette.
But that was a good moment there for Mouse on the attack. Alex and a lot communicating there. Alex did get a bump on the goalkeeper in net. Chaussette just got back in time to cover. But it's that type of communication that you're looking for, especially with a team that's been double committing and struggling with the comms, at least in game 1.
In the corner, Alex Trying to keep that one close to him. He does get it by Farah. Chaussette kicks that one away as well. And Tigre pops this over. A lot now. High off the backboard. Demo opens it up. Tigre off the crossbar. It goes in. And Mousesports take their first lead of the series.
This is what Mouse needed here. Fruity just couldn't get the read. The demo from a lot. And that one bouncing off the ground, the crossbar, and down in. Tigre getting this go-ahead goal for Mouse.
And a good opening goal, setting the tone for Mousesports. Kicking it off the kickoff. Fruity. Couldn't get under that ball again. Farah close to this. And a demo, a Mousesports player to get to that ball. And he's there for the redirect. Farah scores again. That's his third goal of the series. PSG tied up.
And PSG immediately bouncing back. A huge clear, and Tigre was so close to blocking that, but yet again, it's the captain of the team, Farah, getting the equalizer.
Farah just feels like this season he continues to ramp up. He finds the space, he finds the gaps. The placement continues to be stellar in this series against Mousesports. Tigre missing the touch, gonna allow Fruity to move forward. Fruity over another. A lot having to make this touch, and he makes a good challenge. Farah forced back a lot onto the point. Forces Farah out of the way. Alex back over to Tigre. Tigre, he gets it by, and he gets back to his own touch. Can Alex get there in time? Having a shot. No, Alex whiff on the play, and Fruity gonna be able to carry it out to midfield. And it's been good for PSG on the defensive end when Mousesports have had those opportunities. Whether it comes off of a whiff from Alex 161, they don't panic, they don't scramble, and they're able to get out of harm's way. And these challenges from Farah in midfield just continue to be a bane to Mousesports' ability to move down the pitch consistently. Chaussette there, off the back wall. And a lot gonna slow this down and carry it out. Tigre kicks this down, looking for Alex. Alex shoots, and it's blocked by Chaussette. Quickly up is a lot off the ceiling and in, off the crossbar, bounces, Mousesports scores.
And these are the type of goals that we look for a lot to make. Chaussette trying to get the read all the way up at the ceiling. A lot hits it off the ceiling and down. An unusual goal, but when we're talking about a lot, it's not really unusual for him, Jorby.
No, not at all. He's used to that territory. And coming down as it bounces off the crossbar, that's a tough read for anybody on PSG. Just over half the game, Farah almost picks up his fourth goal. It's blocked. Chaussette under one. Mousesports under some duress. They steady the course still. Fruity working his whole way to Farah. It's blocked by a lot. The pressure continues to mount. Chaussette, the challenge off the ceiling. And Mousesports hang on to their lead as they move back to PSG territory. Chaussette rolling around again. A good challenge from Alex. It's been much more foundationally sound on the defensive end for Mousesports. Not as many mistakes on the offensive end. You're still seeing some couple of those whiffs, but they are still leading, and almost mistake-free play is a result.
They really cleaned it up, and I mean, the main reason why they lost the last game was because of those double commits and those sloppy defense. But no, you're right, Jorby. They've cleaned it up this game. Some good shots from them. They've currently got the lead. We'll see if they can hold out.
Oh, and a lot right there off the tee. Down Tigre's there, and it's blocked off the crossbar by Farah. Staying up, keeping the scoreline at 1. Chaussette on the transition, back over to Farah. Farah shoots, and it's blocked by a lot again. Mousesports hanging on to the lead. Looked like PSG might have had a chance on the transition there. But what a save by Farah earlier. Still, PSG hunting for that tying goal. Chaussette up high. Farah forces the challenge out. Chaussette's shot towards the net, knocked away. Farah looking for a pass in front of the box. Fruity, his car was turned to the side. It was going to be hard for him to try to make a play. Still, he slows it down for Chaussette in midfield. Alex's shot blocked by Farah again.
Heroic defense, especially out of the captain. He was doing it on the offensive side, but big defensive plays here If PSG can somehow tie this up, which they might, oh, Farah, that was the chance that PSG was looking for, and he couldn't make it work.
And he's hit the top of the net consistently in this series. You felt like it was going to go in based off of what you've seen. Chaussette, light off the backboard. It comes uncontested. Farah, he hits it too high. He was surprised that no one got a touch on that ball. Chaussette shot. Oh, it goes in. The bump opens the net a lot. Couldn't get back in time. 3 seconds left. PSG tie it.
Never giving up. Fruity in the back of the goal, jumps out, and you can't really see it on the replay, but he bumped out the goalie, and you could tell that perhaps a lot, or whoever was back there thought that somebody would be coming in to help, but no, he got bumped out of the play. And so PSG, can they force overtime? They got to stay alive, and they do.
Farah giving you a little bit of everything in this game. 3 saves, 1 goal, an assist as well, and a bump to open things up for Chaussette. Great stuff from Farah. Fruity up against him again. Tigre on the challenge, back over to a lot. Chaussette with the save. Alex, he's knocked away, and PSG solid challenges, and they finally move back down the pitch. Chaussette off the side wall, met by Tigre. Very back and forth. Just waiting for that one challenge that breaks things their way. Midfield, well, has been boomers back to each opposing back wall. Tigre, tons of time to get back to this. Fruity forced to wait for it. Chaussette back to Fruity, PSG. The continuation, Chaussette blocked by Alex, 1-6-1 off the backboard. Farah gets a clean win in midfield. What can PSG do with this? Fruity catches this out. He's got a lot hot on his tail. Fruity demoed and knocked out of the play. Still, Farah hunting around the corner. Alex can't find the ball.
But Alex, even leading up to this play, some stellar defense from him, denying that backboard read, getting the demo. He had that small miss there, but overall looking pretty good in overtime. However, they absolutely have to give this win. You lose the lead in the final seconds, and then if you go on to lose the game, I just don't see Mouse recovering from that mentally.
Farah getting aggressive on the attacking end. Fruity, quick pass to Chaussette, cut off by a lot. Trying to force a quick breakaway opportunity, but Farah catches it out. Buys time for PSG to reset. Chaussette gets bumped out of the play. Coming in is Alex, 1-6-1. Mousesports tie the series.
And that's the dream for Mouse. They were scared it was turning into a nightmare, but Alex, with this shot, flipping upside down, getting power on the shot, and closing out overtime in game 2. And they can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
And a lot with that huge bump on the Chaussette, who was set on the line, ready for it, able to open things up. Mousesports, that's what you needed to see out of them, James. And like you said, that the overtime was a great reset for them as well. They were able to find more space in midfield to work down the pitch. PSG, the challenges were much more even in game number 2. And now you're in the pivot game 3.
Yes.
Who takes series advantage?
Well, I mean, I think this was just a must-win game for Mousesports. You lose the lead like that to PSG in the final seconds. If they lost it, I would have written them off. I mean, I wouldn't have taken any numbers for Mouse coming back in that series, but they got this win. Alex, a big part of it. Good defense from him in the end, and then also closing out the play. But you just were right. You hit the nail on the head, Jorby. They cleaned it up. We didn't see a ton of double commits out of Mouse in this second game. They just played their game, and we saw some good moments from them in game 1. They just had more of those in game 2. And, you know, we didn't see as great of shooting from PSG, especially near the end. Farah was playing very good defense this game, but he did miss that shot near the end. So perhaps it could have been a little bit different story for PSG, but a good series nonetheless.
Yeah, and again, for PSG, we get to these scary moments with them where, you know, you feel like this game number 3, they have to win this because they fought from behind so many times. Eventually, you feel like it's gonna break the camel's back for PSG because they're still in contention for a top 2 spot. The more games that they give up to teams, you know, that game differential will come into play near the end of the season, and it could be what costs them a top 2 spot. Nevertheless, game number 3 underway. Mousesports, they're just trying to stay out of those bottom 2 spots. Chaussette around the corner, and Mousesports got physical near the end of game number 2. to create some opportunities. And maybe you expect to see more of that if PSG's defense, Farah in particular, continues to give them trouble. Pass out, blocked by Tigre, and he's going to be able to get back to it around his own corner. Oh, a lot. That's right back out to Farah. Farah to Chaussette. Chaussette's shot is in. PSG, a quick pass and a quick goal.
It's been a relatively quiet series so far from Chaussette, but finally starting to be heard here, and a beautiful pass there from Farah, and Chaussette hammers it in. Good 1-2 play there from PSG.
And a lot. His touch out the corner. Just couldn't get it away from the PSG attacker. Mousesports, they were able to score first in game number 2. And maybe they felt much more comfortable with that lead. But now having to respond quickly, a lot back over to Tigre. A lot gets the bump, and Tigre scores. Mousesports tie the game.
And more physical play coming out. We saw this work for PSG in the end of game 2. This time, a lot taking Farah right out of the play. No hope for Fruity. He was racing back to try to get there, but no way, not gonna happen. And Mouse tie it right back up.
And the quick response, the sigh of relief. The Chaussette off the kickoff. Up is Fruity for this, and it's defended well. Both teams' backboards relatively uncontested. Yes, not uncontested, but solid defense on both backboards. Fruity, quick pass out to Farah. Farah. PSG aren't gonna find anything there. Chipping away at this Mousesports defense. Chaussette's been on the point of a lot of these attacks. He was the receiver of a pass earlier on. Farah just trying to clear it away. A lot's got a shot. It's off the crossbar and the post. Chaussette makes a save. Still trying to get it out. It's a double commit by PSG. Alex squares up again. He's got control of the ball. Can he get a touch out? No, it hits the ceiling. Fruity gets the clear. Still a lot in midfield. Farah to beat, can't do it.
A lot says, what do I have to do to get a little fortune, a little luck here? And on the other end, PSG get the go-ahead goal. This was just after a lot had his shot bounce off the crossbar and sit on the goal line. Chaussette able to get this one. And wow, what a turn of events, Jorby.
Just on that transition, like you said, it felt like Mousesports, they're about to score, and Chaussette save. Incredible stuff, and they were almost their own worst enemy right after that save, as both Farah and Fruity were trying to clear that ball out. They both miss. So just great moxie from PSG, and Chaussette specifically. To turn things around, you feel like it's a 2-goal swing almost for PSG. They have the lead when you felt like they were gonna be down. Chaussette, big miss, a lot, taking control. He's got Alex right behind him, but trying to force the issue against the back wall. That's been tough against PSG. Farah blocked as well halfway through. Chaussette blocked by Alex. Gonna allow Tigre to take possession here for Mouse.
Yeah, Tigre was low on boost there. He had to switch out with a lot.
Alex looking for a touchdown. He's got a lot there. Cannot get a touch back, at least to PSG's back wall. Now it's a transition for Farah. Over from Fruity, and the shot just wide of the post. Taking control, Mousesports on the turnaround. Alex blocked away by Fruity. He's still got possession, kicks it to the opposite side of PSG territory.
But even then, that was a chance for Farah. Farah could have put that one away had he found his mark. Very scoreable situation. Now a chance here for Mouse, and they're gonna sink it, Jorby.
Tigre gets this one, comes out after a great pass from Alex 161. This all starts with a lot. And then Alex's follow-up so fast to that ball. You think PSG, they have the clear. He was in the right position. Alex was just so fast to it, created the opportunity. Beautiful play by Alex 161.
Just a sloppy defensive play there by PSG. We saw multiple defenders flying after that ball. So not the prettiest game 3 here for PSG. It has been a very close series throughout.
And it always feels like this with Mousesports. We talked about it earlier in game number 1. Moments of greatness with this team. They just can't seem to consistently put it together. Right now, they're in a tie game in game number 3 of this best-of-5 set. Alex having to play reactionary to Fruity here. Fruity puts his shot wide, trying to avoid the 2 defenders. Chaussette, the bump onto a lot, opens it up just above the crossbar. Chaussette, his shot too slow. Fruity quickly back to this. He's able to get back to the ball in the third. Can't get it back out to Farah, but you see the rotation from PSG. Mousesports can't get to the ball fast enough right now.
Good rotation, but still, you know, I'm looking at Farah to finish those shots or at least make them more threatening. Another chance for him to put a shot on target. He wasn't able to do so. It's still kicked out into the middle, so a good opportunity for PSG, but you want to see the captain hit more of those shots that he has in the past.
Yeah, 0 for 3 in game number 3 so far for Farah. Picking it up, Alex on the challenge, gives way for a lot. Straight up to the ceiling off the challenge from Chaussette. Fruity able to clear it away, less than 20 seconds to go. Chaussette again off the backboard. Chaussette's defense, I don't think anyone's ever really questioned that aspect of his game. Almost always solid. The kick downfield, Chaussette again flying around in front of the box. And coming quickly was Farah to block a shot opportunity. Fruity kills this. We got overtime, James.
Overtime yet again. Last time Mouse got the better of PSG. We'll see how this one shapes up.
Chaussette in the corner. Fighting off Alex for the ball is Fruity. And Tigre back over to Alex. Small ball here in the corner for Mousesports, trying to retain possession a lot. Huge miss. Farah just tries to get in Tigre's way. Can't do it. Mousesports hold steady. Round off in the corner.
Had he connected on that bump though, Jorby, that would have left the net wide open. So a good job from Mouse of dodging that. Now they're on the attack. Fruity
gets back to his own touch a lot. A slow roller towards the net. Farah, this touch gets away from him. Tigre up for Alex. He's there. Alex shot blocked by Chaussette, but he's got to get back to it quickly. A lot scores. Mousesports take the lead in the series.
And just like that, Mouse take it less than a minute in. The shot from Alex forced the double commit out again from PSG. A lot zooms around, gets the rebound, and finishes that one off. Mouse move ahead in the series thanks to 2 overtime wins.
What plagued Mousesports in game number 1 is now plaguing PSG, and they find themselves down at match point. Well, if you didn't know what to make of PSG before today, well, guess what? You still haven't figured it out. Mousesports and PSG, you feel like you know what you're going to get with Mousesports, but PSG is just such a roller coaster of a team. Sometimes they look like a top 2 contender. Other times they look like a bottom 2 contender.
Well, you know, the series isn't over yet, Jorby. Where we saw PSG struggle was definitely the double commits this game multiple times, but a lot of that is a credit to Mouse, too. They have been very physical, going for bumps in net, harassing the goalkeepers, and a lot of times when you have somebody zooming in, sometimes you're just forced to jump and go for it. And if your teammate goes for it as well, guess what? You just double committed. So Mouse doing a good job of that. And then, you know, PSG, they had chances. They had chances, Jorby. We saw Farah have multiple chances this game, just couldn't put them away. And PSG ended up just losing by 1. So, you know, we could see Mouse close it out here, but I expect another very close game in here in game 4.
Tigre and a lot also doing work on Mousesports. I'm really impressed by a lot in this series in doing a lot of the dirty work, getting a lot of bumps, opening plays up for his team, and then shooting when his team asks him to. It's Tigre who scored 2 goals in game number 3 for his team, enabled by a lot. And Mousesports look to take out PSG right now in 4 games. A lot off the kickoff. Beats Chaussette on the play. A lot scores. Mousesports, 6 seconds is all it takes.
And this is a huge goal for Mouse. It's been a relatively low-scoring affair between these teams so far in a statement of a shot. A lot with the double tap right out of the gate.
How else can you respond other than a lot just putting one in right off the backboard? What a way to start game number 4. Farah trying to clear this out. PSG. Farah gets back to this touch. Now racing against Alex and Tigre for this. Alex just zones him completely out of the play. Tigre, though, gives up possession back to Fruity. Tried to flip it over him. Fruity a little too far back for him. Chaussette back to the other side of the pitch. A lot of these touches from PSG, especially in the midfield, are really just back to Mouse. They can't find any consistent possession here in the first minute. Fruity picking this up. He gets over another defender. Off the backboard, a lot has it defended. We move back to PSG half. giving way for Tigre on the play. Chaussette losing the challenge against Tigre. Tigre in that last game scoring 2 goals. He's a player that has been able to score a lot for the teams that he's been on from his rise to the rival series into the RLCS. And you'd love to see that continue for a player like Tigre and find those striking opportunities. Here's Alex 161, undercuts it just a tad. Tigre coming in to follow up. PSG on the defensive end. Farah carrying this close. Still can't get by Tigre, but it does allow Chaussette and Farah to move by at least to the attacking third. It's kicked away again by a lot.
And just a little bit of back and forth, but still Mouse has been the aggressor in this 4th game. What could be the final game if they can manage to pull out this win.
5 shots on net for Mousesports, 0 for PSG. Midfield has been owned by the orange half. And even Farah looked like he was going to get a clean hit. He's challenged. And Fruity's challenged by Alex 161 on the turnaround. Alex back to his own touch. He does get there. Chaussette, it forces the bad touch out of him. Farah, can he get back to his ball? A lot slows it down. Fruity up quickly to get the touch out. Still, Mousesports continue the press. You see, Tigre, he played the touch on Chaussette. No Chaussette running low on boost. He secured the midfield boost as well. Mouse continuing. Alex 161 missing the touch. A lot shot blocked, but another double commit by PSG. Chaussette luckily in position for his team to move down the pitch quickly. Does he have a shot? In it goes for Farah, finally finding the board. PSG tie it up.
A little bit of a confusing play here for Mouse. You could see Chaussette in a position to take the shot. So was Farah. Farah calls him off, and rightfully so. Hits that one. Hits it low. Just a grounder to sneak it past the Mouse defense.
And sometimes that's all it takes. It is a quick transition to right the ship. Mousesports were pressing for so long. PSG basically begging for some kind of reset. Not only do they get that reset, they get the goal.
But will we see another overtime? We've already seen
definitely
2.
Possible.
And then wide open net.
Oh,
Farah,
wow!
He stretched to make that save. From the angle I was watching it, that certainly looked like it was going to be a goal.
He dove for it, and he got it. What a touch from Farah. Slowing it down as well, makes one miss. Tigre here just trying to get the touch away from Fruity. Oh, Chaussette, he slows that one. Able to move it back, but Farah, while his shots haven't always been accurate in this series, his defense, his goaltending has been quite impressive.
Even just that moment, that save, could be the moment in this game where we look back and say PSG, that was the defining moment for them to get back into it.
Farah kicking that one away. Chaussette, another catch from his corner. Alex, the touch out, finds Tigre. Back over to Alex. Alex can only tip that one up. Mousesports patiently waiting. Tigre around the corner, fighting off Fruity for the ball. Mousesports another clear. PSG slowly swinging midfield in their favor. Can they keep it going? No. Quick shot and a save by Chaussette around to the corner a lot. That touch right over to Fruity. Downfield already is Chaussette. Quickly up is Alex to make a touch. And a demo onto Fruity from a lot to kill the transition for PSG, and they go the other way.
And that is one thing that Mouse has been doing an excellent job of is the physical play. Every time they're in the attacking half, that third man, when he rotates out, he looks for the bump on the goalkeeper and the boost steal. And that has just been throwing PSG off. And even the demos there, relieving a lot of pressure, slowing down the attack. Mouse getting physical.
Yeah, and 10 shots on net for Mouse. Fruity blocked by a lot on the play. Chaussette, quick pass to Farah. Farah's got it, but it's blocked by Alex 161. There's Fruity. He's got the challenge for PSG. Wrapping around is Farah. Cleared away back to the opposite side. A lot kills it. James, we do indeed have overtime.
Who could have seen this coming? So far, Mouse getting the better of PSG in both overtime games 2 and 3. Now, game 4, we've got it yet again.
Chaussette just low on the backboard. Mousesports, the offense has been plentiful, but they've only been able to score on one chance. Fruity, challenged. Chaussette, challenged. A lot. Back to this. Farah, patient, and he's able to win eventually. Picks it up on the point, and he's taken out of the play by Alex.
Brutal demo there by Alex. But still, PSG have time on the attack. Fruity looks like he did get the boost steal, so this could be a good opportunity.
Oh, the touch by Alex to give a lot of chance at this. Farah turned around, waiting for a touch from a lot. Chaussette wrapping around midfield. Still, Mousesports trying to break out of the orange half. Alex wins against Fruity. And Tigre never really had a chance at that, just too far ahead of the ball. A lot. A high ball in front of the attacking third. Alex back over to Tigre. Mousesports continue to look for an opening. Chaussette. His pass is cut off, but would have turned into a pass. Tigre cuts it off quickly. PSG slowly taking control of the midfield right now. They have some of the boost, they just haven't really been able to find a shot. They've only registered one other shot on net, sans their goal on the transition earlier in the game that tied it up.
Yeah, outshot 10-2 so far. Farah having to hustle back to keep that one from bouncing into the net.
Third save again for Farah. I think he has 8 saves in this series. He's just been solid goaltending. They have to be careful, PSG. When you have to stretch for saves like that, it usually means you're aggressive on your rotation and losing challenges in midfield. Quick pass to Chaussette. He scores. PSG tie the series quickly out of seemingly nowhere. We go to game 5.
It took 3 chances, but PSG finally able to win in overtime off this scorcher from Chaussette. A pass from Fruity off the wall. And that's what it took. PSG winning game 4, forcing game 5. And it seemed like Mouse, they deserved that win. They had such pressure. They were keeping PSG on their back foot. And Farah, you know, that save, that was what kept PSG in it.
And you even said then that could have been the key for PSG.
It was.
And it was.
It absolutely was. You know, the PSG struggling to score in that game. Only 3 shots. They had 3. They scored 2 out of 3 shots. They had, as opposed to the 11 from Mouse. So
7 saves.
Just an extraordinary effort from Farah on the defensive side, and PSG able to pull this one back. But Mouse, they don't look like they're letting off the gas. And they're going to come into game 5 with some confidence after how they've been playing so far.
They need to continue what they did in game number 4. Because it wasn't that Mousesports were really playing poorly. They were doing well in midfield. They were generating chances. They were getting physical. They were taking players out of the play. And they had shots on net. It's just, again, acrobatic defense that really killed them in that series. Or really killed them in game 4. And now PSG, their 3rd straight game 5. They came out on top against the Bricks, barely. They just lost against Triple Trouble in the series before that. In another 5-game set, and now we're here again, PSG. And for a while,
game 5s, man.
For a while, everyone was calling you the anti-G2, meaning you were losing game 5s instead of winning them. So here's a chance to continue to right that ship.
I think the anti-game 5 would have been the Ghost from last season.
Okay, fair. That's fair. But game 5, James, at PSG, they won against the Bricks. Can they win against Mousesports? Again, contending for a top 2 spot. And what has gotten a little bit tighter since the upset on Vitality from Triple Trouble earlier today.
And if you're Mouse, you know, you're fighting for your life. You want to avoid going to that relegation tournament or the promotion tournament. And this could be a turning point for you. You have to get this win.
And a lot in Alex. Can't get much going on that play. Fruity, he's struggling to get that ball back to midfield, but does allow Farah to come in. Farah's shot, looks like it's in almost. Tigre made the save a lot off the back wall. Clears that one out. Fruity keeps it pressed. And PSG in game number 1, that's what they were able to do. They can't do it right there, but they had locked down midfield for a large portion of the game. But here comes Mousesports, who have negated that. Blocked by Fruity. A lot shot. That was a tough angle to try to shoot that in with power. It was a light opportunity. And PSG again, another save.
And that was just more hustle from Fruity, getting back in time a lot. It was a difficult angle. He needed to find a way to get more pace on the ball. He just couldn't do it. It was on target. So, you know, he made a good opportunity out of it, but still not enough to beat the PSG defense.
Farah gets a big bump for Chaussette. who kicks this up high. Double commit by Mousesports around the corner. Fruity picks this up. It's challenged, knocked away by Tigre a lot. And Alex, double commit as well. That kills any transition that Mouse would have had. Those were the issues that killed them in game 1. Have to shore that up early now in game 5. Alex back over. Does he have his man? No, it's blocked again by Farah. Chaussette wins a big challenge in midfield. Farah here, shot up, and it's in! PSG score, Farah on fire!
And this one was a changeup of a shot. Farah winning that 50-50, or rather, Chaussette winning the 50-50, and then Farah just tapping that with the hood of his car, floating it by. And PSG striking first with about 3 minutes left. And these, again, Jorby, not many goals coming out from either side. Every goal so precious.
PSG already matching their shot total from game 4. They get more chances like this. The Mouse have to tie this up now. You allow an insurance goal from PSG, it's going to be that much more difficult to fight back with the goaltending that PSG have had. Farah on that challenge, back across the box. Chaussette back to Farah, high against the backboard, kicked away by Alex. Been good catches. Backboard relatively safe for PSG.
This could be a chance, 2v1.
And blocked by Tigre. Farah racing in as well. Gets a demo on his way back to the ball. Makes a great challenge. Still on top of it. Alex couldn't get the clear out. Farah muscles him around the corner. A lot finally gets the clear. Alex with a great follow-up. Mousesports needed it. It looked like Farah was about to really diddle the whole team, you felt like. Farah, quick out the Chaussette. Low against the back wall. And he's challenged by Alex. Mousesports, time has flown by in game 5. Only a minute 45 remaining. PSG, the only goal in the game. And a good clear from Alex. Mousesports, though, only 2 shots on net. They need more output. They put on, what, 11 shots in game 4? And they could only score 1 goal.
Yeah, and PSG has just been setting the pace this game. Doing what Mouse did to him last game, which is just keeping them locked in their half for the most part. Trying to shut down any counterattacks. And PSG melting this time off the clock.
Chaussette's midfield challenge game has been incredible in game 5. One of his midfield challenges turning into the only goal for PSG. A lot. The pass, the shot is blocked by Fruity. Alex 161 denied. Over back to a lot off the back wall. Does he have it? No, he does not. Quick back is Alex. Over to Tigre. Tigre off the ceiling. Fruity can't get there. Chaussette right behind him to kick it away.
And Mouse is having the right ideas. They're looking for those passing plays. They're just not able to get the quality of shot that you need to beat the defense of PSG. And now a chance saved by Tigre, keeping Mouse in it. But just about 30 seconds left.
Oh, they were in trouble there. Mousesports got away with it. They have to get down the field. 3 players caught in the corner. A lot finally kicks it down the pitch. Fruity answers with his own. He gets another touch just off the crossbar, taken away by Alex. Slowly ticking to 0. Alex, can he get under Chaussette? No. A lot quickly there to the corner. Tigre close behind towards the box. It's up against the backboard. Fruity back to it. Tigre to a lot. No, he doesn't have it. Alex keeping this ball in the air. No one from Mouse available at PSG. Win in 5. They force it after going down 2-1 in the series, and they stay alive in the race for top 2.